Welcome to the Horror Movie Showdown, episode 16. After the box office success of Scream in 1996, the studios started spitting out teen slasher movies to the left and to the right. The market quickly became saturated, so in 1998, studios had to try out something new. This resulted in the alien invasion movie, The Faculty, and that other movie that people always confused with The Faculty. That other movie is the focus of today's episode, and it is called Disturbing Behavior. I really loved this movie as a kid, as it was great at painting out the classical high school landscape, with its jocks, its preps, its nerds, and so on.
Over there. You have your skaters, riffing raging kids and their ramp tramps.
Also, the movie reminded me of the X-Files, which I loved at the time. This of course makes sense as the director David Nutter directed several episodes of the show before he went on to directing Disturbing Behavior. If you're interested in hearing more about the connection between the X-Files and Disturbing Behavior, then definitely check out the video on the topic by the Good Bad Flicks channel. Anyways, the movie revolves around a family that moves to a small island, and that's never a good idea. They move here to get a fresh start on life after their oldest brother had just passed away, and the parents had heard that Cradle Bay should have an excellent high school for their children. And I must agree, the football players at Cradle Bay have an amazing focus, and they let nothing distract them when they have a big game coming up. The plot focuses on the oldest kid in the family, Steve, who quickly befriends the poetic pothead Galvin, the pale-skinned UV, and their hot friend Rachel. They hang out, try to score beers at the supermarket. They smoke at the school's secret shed. All while the school's outsiders disappear one by one, and then they reappear a few days after as super preppy yogurt-loving straight A students. It turns out that the outsiders have decided to better themselves after attending one of those new super hot enlightenment seminars.
It's a feeling that's new to them, and the feeling is pride. They're improved.
Galvin starts turning more and more paranoid and thinks that he's next, and there's a big conspiracy going on the island involving the police and the teachers and the parents.
I have to go home. When I get there, they're waiting for me. I'm gonna smoke them all.
And it turns out he's right, and now it's all up to Steve to find out what is going on. The movie reminds me a lot of the Stepford Wives, where the sloppy women, one by one, turn into beautiful, cake-baking, sex-loving wives. It is great stupid fun. The movie is definitely not without its flaws though. The acting is much worse than I remembered.
I can't wait, Steve. I just can't wait.
To do what?
To see my new room, my new school, my new everything.
And many of the characters are overly cliched, but there's just something sinister about the movie that I really like. It kind of reminds me of some of the small religious societies I have experienced firsthand while living in the US.
So whether or not you want to be involved with the school, we want to be involved with you. That's really all the meeting's about.
Now let's get to the scores. The movie has 5 individual kills, but a lot more if we include the large group of kids diving into their own deaths. The movie has nipples, which was enough to give Scream a score of 2. And on top of that, it has 1 topless girl, so it gets a nudity score of 4. The movie is a bit eerie, but not really scary, so it gets a scariness score of 4. I would say that this scene, right out of A Clockwork Orange, is probably the scariest part of the movie. Finally, the movie captures the atmosphere of 90s teen movies really well. I love how it pokes fun of the correctness of all the students in many high school movies. However, the cheesy acting and the lazy plot devices, such as when Steve and Rachel just walk straight into a psychiatric hospital and finds what they're looking for, brings the score down to a 6. If you like brainwashing movies and the 90s, you should give this movie a shot. Also, I would recommend the dark comedy, The Stepford Wives.
Let's all be washing machines and chugga 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 chugga.
And here I prefer the remake to the original. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.